Good morning. Thank you for inviting me here today to talk about Julia Morgan. Just about an hour's drive north of here, situated high up on a hill in San Simeon, is Hearst Castle, a National Historic Landmark and a California Historical Monument. In 1919, William Randolph Hearst commissioned architect Julia Morgan to build a little something on the hilltop of his San Simeon ranch. They broke ground in 1920, and next year, Hearst Castle will celebrate its 100th anniversary. To commemorate the centenary, a number of events are being planned, including a proposed new tour focused on Julia Morgan, the architect. Julia Morgan's achievement as America's first prominent female architect has received more attention in recent years. In 2014, the American Institute of Architects posthumously awarded its gold medal, its highest honor, to Julia Morgan. She was the first woman to be recognized this way by the AIA. In March of 2019, Julia Morgan's obituary appeared in the New York Times, 62 years after her death in 1957. Her obituary was part of a project called Overlooked, which featured notable people whose deaths were not originally reported by the newspaper. Julia Morgan was born in San Francisco in 1872. She graduated from the University of California at Berkeley with a degree in civil engineering. Her mentor at Berkeley, Bernard Maybeck, encouraged her to pursue a certificate in architecture at the same school that he had attended, the École des Beaux-Arts, the most influential school of art and architecture in France. For the first time, in 1896, the French government decided to allow women to compete for entrance to the renowned école to study painting and sculpture. It had not occurred to them that women might be interested in architecture as a profession. However, Miss Morgan was allowed to compete for the entrance exam. Preparation for entrance to the école required working for an architect for an atelier or a studio. For 1 year, Miss Morgan worked at an atelier, learned French, learned the metric system, and studied for her exams. In the fall of 1897, Miss Morgan took the entrance exam and placed 42nd of 376 applicants. A pretty good score, don't you think? But only the top 30 were admitted. She tried again the following spring, and she failed again. On her third try, she succeeded, ranking 13th. Her marks were so high they couldn't refuse her. There was one more caveat. Students were required to complete their program requirements by the age of 30. She was now 27 years old. She finished the program in 3.5 years, less time than it took most of her male colleagues. In 1902, Julia Morgan was the first woman to obtain a certificate in architecture from the École des Beaux-Arts, and she earned medals and top mentions. In 1904, she opened her own office in San Francisco as California's first licensed female architect. For 28 years, she worked on Hearst Castle. At the same time, she continued her thriving practice in San Francisco, and while working on the castle, she was asked to design San Luis Obispo's Monday Club on Monterey Street. Over her 47-year career, Miss Morgan designed more than 700 buildings, including churches, schools, YWCAs, hospitals, houses, and swimming pools, but she is best known as the architect of Hearst Castle in San Simeon, California. Every day, I have the privilege of talking to visitors at the castle about this remarkable woman. That's one of the things I love about my job as a tour guide. Hearst Castle is now hiring guides, and know anyone interested in guiding tours at this historical monument? Well, now would be a great time to apply. Interested applicants are encouraged to attend an informative workshop on what the job entails and how to apply. Workshops will be held at the Castle Visitor Center, September 6, 7, 20, and 21st. Sign-up information is included in the Good Morning SLO email you received this morning. You will have to speak in front of large groups. Only 56 people, though, not 256. Thank you all, and I hope to see you one day at the castle.